usual. I use Twitter a lot, and there'll be like beef between like Ghana and Nigeria about like, jollof or whatever. And other countries will try to chime in.
Yeah.
And just the Nigerians and Ghanaians will
like,
team together. You're like, hey, this is happening. Leave us alone.
Yes.
Don't come mess with us. So, yeah.
All right, welcome to another episode of Diasporas Podcast. I'm excited to talk to one of my good friends, Jurgen. Jurgen is from Ghana, so it's been a minute. I've been wanting to sit down and talk to him. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, this platform shares stories of individuals that left their home country to develop countries in search of a better life. So we use this platform to share their stories. Hopefully, we all can learn one or two things from them, and hopefully, we can inform the world about the beauty of Africa or wherever you're from. But today, I'm excited to talk to my neighbor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My neighbor, my Nigerian neighbor. We have the jollof wars.
We got it. What's going on, bro?
It's still going on, but at the end of the day, it's like Ghana and Nigeria is always like a distant cousins.
Kind of, yeah.
We kind of like. I'm usual. I use Twitter a lot, and there'll be like beef between like Ghana and Nigeria about like, jollof or whatever. And other countries will try to chime in.
Yeah.
And just the Nigerians and Ghanaians will
like,
team together. You're like, hey, this is happening. Leave us alone.
Yes.
Don't come mess with us. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing though. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, but thank you for having me on. Yeah, I know we've been talking about it for a while, but I'm glad.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Out,
it's weird now. Just to start off, like I think there was so many neighbors growing up that were from Ghana that I had no idea they were from. They're Ghanaians, and it's always so beautiful when I have one of my brother's best friend that has relative that lives in Ghana. It's this beautiful relationship I think between Ghanaians and Nigerians that
I know a lot of like when I was growing up in Ghana, I knew a lot of like Nigerian like. Especially in the university, like international students that would come down there to come study.
Wow.
Yeah, so even Mr. Easy, if you
really?
Yeah, Mr. Easy went to Ghana for university.
Wow.
That's why he when he started blowing up, people thought he was Ghanaian, but that's because he stayed in Ghana for a minute. He went to university over there. So yeah, Nigeria and Ghana really goes all the way back, man. People, a lot of international students come over there to study. Be it medicine, whatever. Right. Yeah, a lot of people come over there.
So let's start with one of the jokes in Nigeria is always like, Ghana is harder than Nigeria. Is that true?
Yeah, I've never been to Nigeria, but I mean, it's harder for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it's hot.
Because like I think if someone's getting darker in Nigeria, we joke like, I've been to Ghana.
Because we are dark. I mean, like you look at the map thing, I think we are kind of like close to the equator. Ghana is pretty close to the equator when you look at it. So yeah, it gets really hot over there. But
so what is the weather like in America? Like degrees, like and humidity?
I mean, right now, like I could even because I have my map. I'm always checking the weather in Ghana. So right now it's like 79 degrees, but it's closer to 6 p.m. over there. So, but yeah, I mean, looking like it's that's the thing. It's really humid. It's like I think it's like the air is too dry. So sometimes, that's the humidity levels. It's kind of like one of those things. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like thinking of it now. It's funny. So when I was growing up in Ghana, I didn't really think of the weather as anything too hot. Right. So I came here. And the first time I went back to Ghana to go visit. So I think I came to the United States in, 2012, 2013. Right. I think something like that. And I went back in 2017 or 2018 for my grandfather's funeral. Right. And I mean, I've been here, so I go. I mean, I know I'm used to the weather. Bro, as soon as I hop out of the plane, I'm wearing a T-shirt. I hop out of the plane, I'm like, T-shirt, I'll be fine. I'm literally dying. I feel like I'm suffocating, bro. I had to take off my T-shirt, bro, because my mom came to the airport to come pick me up, and she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Man, it's hot." It's hot. And I'm like, "But I grew up here. I should be used to it, right?" But you really never get.
No, you never.
Yeah, you really never get used to it. It's hot, and it's kudos to all the market women and people grinding back home and stuff like that in that weather. Man,
it's crazy. It's
like
crazy.
especially in Africa, like you driving on the streets, all the people that are selling stuff, and in traffic, in that heat,
bro.
Man, I mean, America here, people pass out talking about
Bro.
heat stroke. But
I know, yeah.
they've been through all that, and that's nothing like a heat stroke, or you just gotta push through, You just gotta push through.
You don't have options over there.
Right. You just gotta do what you gotta do to make sure, your kids, your families are all taken care of. So, kudos to all those market women, man. It's not easy.
Definitely.
It's not easy.
So what city in Ghana are you from?
I'm from Kumasi. I was born and raised in Kumasi. So Kumasi, I guess you say it's like the second largest city, or I guess the second most popular city in Ghana. Accra being the capital,
Right.
A lot of people Accra, but yeah, Kumasi is where I'm from. I grew up in Kumasi. I went to school in Kumasi, and yeah, I came out here where secondary school. I was going to, I think, my third year in secondary school, and that's where my dad brought me and my sister over here to join him here in the States. So yeah, I'm from Kumasi. We call ourselves Kumericans.
Kumericans?
Yeah. We think we are different from every other person. We really see ourselves as the Odogu.
The Odogu of Ghana.
Yeah, we got like a little bit of a pride to us, because we just feel like we run the country. But
so you guys are on the coast, right? You said.
So Kumasi is not in the coast, so we are. That's one thing that I guess sometimes people try to belittle us for, because we are kind of like in the center of the country. Okay. So yeah, we don't have any coastal. I mean, there are lakes and stuff like that, but we don't have any like sea. Yeah,
you guys have lakes?
Yeah, there are lakes. Yeah, there's one popular one. I think it's like the largest man-made lake in the world.
Man-made?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lake Bosomche.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in Ashanti region.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So in Ghana, it's kind of like regions, right? So Greater Accra region, Ashanti region. Right. And Kumasi is like the capital of Ashanti region. Right. So yeah, Kumasi is like a city, and you go to Greater Accra, and Accra is like the capital. You go to Central region, Cape Coast is the capital. Right. You go to Western region, I think it's Takrade and stuff like that. So
if you want to paint a picture for the audience, people listening, right. Some people have never been to Africa. Right. So if you are in your the house you grew up in Africa.
Yeah.
What is it like? Yeah. And if you step out on the street, what are you going to see?
Yeah, I think that's the misconception with a lot of people when it comes to, Africa, right. Or, the kind of living conditions that we live in and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I mean, some of the things they see on TV, they are true. The madhouses and, people walking barefoot and everything. It's true. I do see it, But for me growing up, I mean, I was lucky. I didn't have a rich parent or anything. I would say I grew up in more of like a middle class family back home in Ghana. So my dad was a businessman, and my mom was a businesswoman too. So yeah, and I mean, my dad's side of the family, they're actually rich. I guess my grandparents, right? On my dad's family, they're actually rich. So me growing up, we lived in like in Ghana, we call something compound house. So a compound.
That'd be Nigeria too.
Yep.
That means it's a gated house.
It's a gated house, and it's like, have a lot of people that live there with you or whatever. So yeah, we lived in one over there. And so we lived there with my dad, my sister, and my mom. And I went to school. Well, I actually went to a private school. So, because I mean, my parents could afford it. And I mean, in Ghana, most people do go to private schools and stuff like that. But during the secondary school is where you want to go to like a public school, because it's deemed as the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. So growing up, I mean, my house, we lived. So I mean, circling back. So my dad left, and then my dad was building a house. So then, as soon as my dad left to America, we moved into that house that my dad was building.
So you guys were living in a flat before, kind of.
Yeah,
the house.
Like a flat.
A flat is kind of like an apartment.
Apartment. Kind of, yeah. Like it was like an apartment.
Bedroom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was like an apartment that I lived in with my dad, my mom, and my sister.
Right. So and then in that house, if you step out on the street, what are you going to see?
Man, I remember. So, and that's the beautiful thing about Ghana to me is, so the neighborhood that I lived in was actually, it's called Ofoikrom, right? Okay. And it was a really diverse neighborhood. There was a lot of like Hausa people. Remember I was telling you the
Hausa
other day?
people, yeah.
Yeah, there's Hausa people. So they are mostly in Ghana, the Hausa people are Muslims, right?
Okay.
So Muslim, I'm surrounded by that. And so I go out there and it's like we had a mosque right near our house and stuff like that.
Which
so,
means 5 a.m. you're gonna hear them pray.
You hear them praying and the call to. So it was a beautiful community. You just step out and definitely you see gravel and dirt.
Dirt, of course.
Yeah, dirt, of course, because you know how the roads are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live in an area, you gotta like go through the dirt.
So, are we seeing any street food in your street?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of street food, man.
Which one? Which are the one that is in your street?
I mean, there's the popular one, and it's the best. I feel like every Ghanaian knows about it. It's cocoa. So it's cocoa and kose. That would be the chi name for it.
Cocoa. Is it?
Cocoa is like a porridge.
Is it like water? Is it white?
Something like that.
It's white?
Yeah.
We have cocoa too.
Yeah, it's kind of like white. It's like,
It's corn. It's made of corn, right?
No, Ghana's is made out of millet.
What?
Yeah, it's millet.
Oh, we made a Nigerian on cocoa out of corn.
Yeah, and there's one that is made out of corn too. So there's two types. There are mainly two types of cocoa.
Okay.
So we have Mori cocoa. Mori cocoa is basically maize, corn.
Right.
Right. And there's Hausa cocoa. Okay. Hausa cocoa is what most people like. Because that's the millet one. Because it has like that millet flavor and it's sometimes spicy. So you usually eat.
I like drinking anything like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember right now, but keep going.
So you usually mix that with sugar and milk.
Yes, sir.
And then you have it with like bread or puff.
Yeah, or like akara. You guys have akara.
I think that's the same thing. You guys call it akara, but we call it kose. So it's kind of like something like that.
It's fried, right?
It's fried. Yeah, it's fried. It's kind of like brown.
Wow.
And yeah, so
and the milk you're talking about, just to clarify, our milk is not American
milk. Nah, evaporated milk, man. Evaporated milk, man. I see here, I mean, people bake with it here and stuff like that when they are baking, but we put it straight in all our food, man. I remember I went to Borden House and, I'll have that and I'll put it in my cornflakes. And all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, so I mean, the street food, mainly cocoa and wache. Wache is one of the most, you eat it morning, afternoon, and night. And wache is basically rice and beans.
Okay.
So rice and beans with stew.
Right.
And there's this thing called shito. It's like a black sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it like the bun sauce? There's a lot. There's a lot of.
Yeah, it's kind of like burned a little bit because it's basically onions. That
it is.
Fried.
That is crazy. We eat that in Nigeria too.
It's like called shito. It's like a black sauce.
We call that like I think ewa going. That's what it's called. Yeah. Where it's like it's sauce that is burnt on purpose, and then you put it in bins. The bins is gonna be cooked to it's like super soft. That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities when it comes to like African foods, and I mean that. The culture, the originality really comes from the same source, I think, right? So, yeah.
So the foreigner is in Ghana. You want them to try the
cocoa and wache.
That's the first thing you gotta try.
That's the first, especially for breakfast. Right. Oh man, you gotta try cocoa. You can never go wrong with it.
So do you guys have suya as well?
Oh yeah, we have suya. Suya is like it's a 9-time thing.
Right.
I mean, you can find someone selling it during the day, but suya hits the spot at 9-time, man.
Yeah, can you explain like you guys suya, like what?
So it's usually a kebab stand. You go to like a kebab stand and they'll have it over there with various type of meat. They'll have turkey. They'll have like Ghana's, they'll have turkey. They'll have like sausage.
No, we don't have sausage in Nigeria. It's just beef. Our rice is only just beef.
Oh no, Ghana we have a lot of varieties for that. Yeah, so there'll be turkey. There'll be goat.
For real?
There'll be goat meat. There'll be beef. And there'll be sausage. Usually those are like the 4 main ones. Wow. And sometimes if you're lucky, if you go to they'll have like bush meat and stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, you have like bush meat that is like grilled and
our suya is mostly made
with
by
like
Hausas.
onions. Yeah, same here.
Same here?
Same here in Ghana. Yeah, mostly Hausas make it too. Yeah, mostly the Hausa people.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. Mostly suya is mostly of the Hausa people because the sauce, the thing that they use, they call it. I think it's in Hausa where they call it yaji.
Yeah,
that's
I have it upstairs.
Yeah, yaji.
I bought the suya sauce from Nigeria.
Yeah. So
very spicy, like
very spicy, and you sprinkle it on your meat, and Yeah, so suya is like a nighttime delicacy thing that people indulge in, and it's great, man.
Right.
You get your protein in, man, at nighttime.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you were saying, so how old were you when you leave home?
Oh man, I was 16.
It makes sense to why your English is better than mine.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's something that people, because I mean, I have a sister, and when my sister talks, I mean, she has the American accent and everything.
She's younger?
Yeah, she's younger than me. So she came here. I mean, when we came here, I went to my junior year in high school, and she started from 8th grade.
Right.
So, I mean, she was kind of like more acclaimed, kind of like
acclimated easier.
We
got the same year, actually. I got her 2012 too.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my junior year of high school. So, yeah, it was a huge difference, though, for me. I mean, because, I did watch TV. I knew things about America and stuff. But once you get in and you are here, it's a whole different ball game, really.
So I was there, like, once you land, like, how was your first day of America?
So I remember we landed in New York. So our flight was Delta. I remember it so vividly. October 13th. Wow. October 13th, yeah. We landed in New York. And then, we went through customs and everything. Go sign paperwork stuff and get my social security, blah, blah, blah. Fill out all those paperworks. And then we hopped on the next plane from JFK to Seattle. It was like a 6-hour flight. If you leave here in Seattle and you're going somewhere Africa, it's a long ass flight for us, for sure. So yeah, I hopped in the flight. We got to Seattle, and one of my dad's friends came to the airport to scoop us up. And
what's the first thing, guys? Do you remember the first thing you ate in America? Like first eat out thing or something?
The first eat out thing I definitely remember is definitely McDonald's, man.
What do you think? What do you think of it?
Oh man, it was heaven. I thought it felt like heaven sent right there. And I remember the exact order that I got too. So my dad took us there, me and my sister. I mean, that was the first thing I guess he wanted us to try.
Right.
So I guess he recommended it. So I got a McChicken,
right,
and a McDouble, and fries and soda. And man, it felt like heaven, man. Oh my God. Just the first bite. It's like, damn, you people are really living life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You people are really living life. But yeah, I think that was the first food experience I had in America. It was McDonald's. That was the first one that I had.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, London here was great, man. I just landed. I went home. My sleep schedule was messed up the first couple of days, but once we got adjusted, it was just kind of like appointment and stuff like that.
Take me to school. How was you're 15-year-old, you're the African kid in American high school. Yeah. How was the transition?
For me, it was tough for me because I'm a very shy person in general, right? Like it takes me a while for me to open up to people or talk to people. So I've always been shy. Even back home in Ghana, I've really been shy. I really keep like a small group of people around me. But yeah, so I went to high school and it was a struggle for me the first few months because I didn't really. And luckily with me, what helped me to kind of like help me to branch out of the shyness and kind of like start me. I love playing soccer.
Right.
So like during breaks, they'll go play soccer, and there'll be like a lot of like Mexicans, and because they love soccer too. Right. So there'll be Mexicans playing, and I'll play. So through that's when I just started like I guess meeting people through soccer, just because I like playing soccer. So through that's when I started kind of like coming out of my shell a little bit, and like even in classes, I'll participate in more. Because in class, I'll just be dead quiet, just be sitting there, just doing my work, and just really not communicating. But yeah, but the soccer really helped me kind of like break out of my shell. But it was an adjustment for sure.
Right. It
was an adjustment.
Like, was the food easy apart from McDonald's?
The food was easy, and I think that's one thing I like about America is just the options of food that they have. It's more of like a diverse country,
especially America like Seattle too.
Yeah, America is one of the like in terms of food. I'm African, so our main dish is rice. Every type of rice dish, I enjoy it. Right. So you go to an Asian store, Chinese store, Vietnamese store, whatever. You're gonna get your rice and stuff like that. So in terms of food, yeah, I didn't struggle with the food at all. It was just an easy transition for me.
Right.
And, just, I think, what threw me off was just with our food. I figured, baking was one thing that I wasn't used to, baking.
Really?
Yeah, because I never had bacon or anything. In Ghana, it's mainly like sausage.
Or maybe like fried stuff, right? Fried stuff, but no baking stuff.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
We don't use a lot of oven at home, huh? We don't use a lot of oven stuff like cooking.
Oh, no, I'm talking about baking, the meat.
Oh, bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have no bacon, bro.
Yeah, we have no bacon back home in Ghana too. So that was something new that I experienced here.
Yeah.
And I tried it. I'm like, damn, this thing is really good. And you realize Americans put it on a lot on their food, man.
Oh my God, bro.
They have some sort of like
baking something
in any of their dishes and stuff like that. So yeah, that was something I didn't know nothing about. It was one of the foods that every meal, chicken, whatever, everyone else had chicken and stuff like that. But that one in particular, bacon, yeah, I didn't know nothing about it, but I tried it and I really liked it. So yeah, for the food side, it was pretty easy adjustment for me.
Right. The one for me was cheese.
Oh, cheese?
Cheese, like, man, that messed me up for a minute because the Americans put cheese in everything. I remember, I think, man, there's no way. When someone's explaining nachos to me, I was like, okay, I get it. But then I saw cheese strings, and I was like, pizza is also cheese. Hamburgers have cheese in them. Burgers have cheese in them. Like, and people just eat cheese just to eat cheese. That's like cheese stores. I was like, what is going on with cheese, bro?
They'll get things and it's like extra cheesy and extra cheese. And yeah.
And because we only have one kind of cheese back home. It's like they also sell it. It's called wara. It's kind of like this cheesy kind of like thing that you eat.
The
cow thing. But like it's...
The laughing cow thing.
And you only eat it like once.
And everything. Oh, you had it with bread, right?
You can eat it by itself. Some people eat the fried one, but it's not something I eat all the time. Like once in a while, eat it. Also, too, you want to eat it early in the day because if that person's been going around in the hot sun, you don't want to eat it in the evening. People actually don't buy in the evening unless you don't have money. So, like, again, it's not something you eat all the time. Not something that is in every meal. The cheese ones.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, thinking about it now, like cheese is definitely something that just jumps out to you.
Everything you eat, man,
meal,
has cheese in it.
Yeah.
So now that you've transitioned into America and you've been here, you can establish yourself. What are the things that you think you were learning as you were adjusting to the culture, as someone that was an outsider coming in?
To me, I think the learning experience for me was really how it was like, it felt like it was every man for himself, every man or woman for himself. And it's a saying that my dad kind of like instilled in me growing up. He would say this thing, each man for himself, God for us all, right? So it was something that I realized when I came to America. It was really, I felt like, because back home, I felt like it was more of like a community-based system, right? Like even if you go to school, whatever. But here it was like, you have friends or whatever, but it was really just you and yourself.
Right.
Just kind of like facing your day-to-day activities, just like pushing through life, whatever it is. It felt like it was just you. So that was one of the learning experiences I had to quickly adjust to. Like, if you're really going to do this, man, you got to really look at yourself in the mirror and know that it's just it's just you. Yeah, you might get help here and there, but everything that you're going through, you got to have that will and perseverance to just push through by yourself. So that was just one of the little learning experience I experienced for myself. Was like, it's really, everyone is really about himself. Not like they're selfish or anything, but just how the system is like, you're really looking out for yourself and ways of how to, get through life or whatever it is. So that was one of the big learning curves for me. It was just kind of like knowing, because back home it felt like a community.
Felt like no matter what you're going through, there's people.
Yeah, there's people around. You can just lean on to someone and, talk to someone and stuff like that. And it's like, it was different because, you go to school. I go to school. I come home. I'm in my apartment all day. I don't leave the house till the next day when I'm going to school.
Right.
But back home, it wasn't like that. I come home from school. I'm playing outside with my friends, doing something, and, nighttime, we all go back to go to bed or sleep or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, nah, it wasn't like that. It's you go to school, you come home, you're in your house. You go to
Right.
school, you come home, you're in your house. So you tend to, I guess that being by yourself and things like that, you tend to really kind of like, okay, that's how it's gonna be like. So brace yourself for it.
So what do you think that taught you about yourself?
I mean, with me, it just taught me. I mean, it's a new chapter in my life. It's a new chapter, so I just gotta embrace it and take it all in, and just realize like I'm stronger than I thought I was, or just kind of like take it all in one day at a time, really, and just the little things,
So as someone that have experienced both culture of community and the culture of independence, right?
Right.
Because we all struggle through it in different ways, right? And there's good things about each system and there's bad things.
Right.
If you have to choose one, which one will you choose? And also, if you don't have to choose one, do you think they can work together? Like, can you be independent at the same time have a community?
Yep, I think a mix of it is great. I mean, I feel like in the perfect world, that's what you would want to have, right? A mixture of like a community-based system and that independency where you feel like you're on your own, you can do things by yourself, you can achieve things by yourself, and also have like a community to support you. And I think that's what a lot of immigrants do when we come here. We join. There'll be like an association of like like Ghanaian Association, Gambian Association, or Nigerian Association and stuff like that. So because of that, we most of us will join such organizations like that just to have that community-based system growing up, or kind of like that community, belonging to a community and belonging to a group of people. That's why a lot of people will join groups and stuff like that. And I mean, on your day-to-day activities, it's just you solo dolo, man.
So you think we should be creating those groups?
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially for immigrants, man. Especially for us immigrants, families, wherever it is that you're coming from, Africa, any other place in the world, man. Growing up, I mean, when I came, I had a lot of like Iraqi friends. My buddies, Middle East, yeah. So it was like, all that is they create a family for themselves and stuff like that. It belong to a community. So I think that helps you in your transition. Like being in a group of people that you feel like can relate to you or can understand you better. It helps you in your transition and stuff like that. But just the independency thing is just, it's never gonna go away. It's just how I feel like the American system is each man for himself. You just kind of like just gotta power through. But being an immigrant, when you have that community-based system or a group that you identify yourself with or belong to, it helps bring you that kind of like cultural thing that you grew up around, or that belief system that you had growing up or whatever. So I think it's very important to always have something like that, like a community-based thing.
So now let's go to a different question.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to like your ethnic groups in Ghana. So which one are the dominant one? And I know you kind of tell me you're from the Twi.
That's the language.
It's the language. That's not the tribe. That's
no, that's just the language.
Okay, so please explain that to me, because I don't understand.
I mean, you probably know it's a lot of ethnic groups in Ghana. Okay. It's a lot, but they've grouped it into like a subsection. So we have like Akan people.
Akan, okay. Are they the number one?
Yeah, Akan is like the most. I would say it's like the most popular one, or like because of the group of people that are in it, right? Because when you go to Akan, you have like Ashantis, you have like Fantis.
Like Ashanti, like the artist, like
yeah.
For real?
Basically, Ashanti. Yeah.
What?
And Ashanti.
She stole the name. Oh. Yeah. Maybe she's Ghanaian.
Yeah. So Ashanti, Fantis, and Bono people.
Bono, like Bono.
Bono, yeah, Bono. So they all fall underneath the Akan tribe.
Okay.
And then there is, the Ga Adangbe tribe.
Okay.
And with the Ga Adangbe, you have like, I guess, Ga people,
Right? Ga.
Yeah, Voltarians, and I think you have Krobo people, Aigbe, and stuff like that. But if you're trying to break it down into just individual, and then I think we have the Dagomba tribe, and that's mostly like the northern part of the country. Right. And yeah, it mostly consists of the northern part of the country. And then the Akan is mostly like the middle part, and like the Adangbe is mostly like the coastal part of, I guess, the country and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of tribes, but there's a lot of tribes, but and the languages, there's a lot of languages, man.
All right, so which one do you fall into? Like, are you part of? So
I'm part of the Akan tribe.
Akan, you're part of that. So Akan tribe, do they have one universal language, or is it different languages?
Different languages within the Akan tribe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so different languages. So like I said, the Akan tribe itself consists of Ashantis, Fantis, Bono, and stuff like that. So Ashantis speak Chi,
right?
And Fantis.
Every time you say it, I don't know how you can make that noise. Bro.
I know, yeah. It's a struggle for everyone says tweet.
I can. It's
like you can't say the Chi. Yeah.
It's almost like you're whistling.
It's like almost like you're whistling, right? Yeah, Chi.
It's gangster, bro.
Yeah, Chi. Yeah, it's a struggle for a lot of people. It feels like you're whistling.
So is that like the most popular language?
So Chi is, it is the most popular language spoken in Ghana. Like you go any part of the country.
So is it spoken in different tribes as well? Apart from the Akan people?
Yeah. It's because it's kind of like, I feel like with Nigeria, you guys have like the broken language thing.
Broken English.
Broken English, right? Broken English, then that kind of like a universal thing you all speak everywhere. Like in Ghana, I feel like Chi is what it is for us.
Oh, interesting.
Where, you kind of go.
And is it similar to English at all? Is it
No. It's way different from English.
Because broken English is it's literally broken English.
Yeah, I mean, people in Ghana too speak broken English. Some people in Ghana speak broken English. Okay. But the Chi is more popular. I don't know how it got popular, but I guess because of the Ashanti tribe, it's probably one of the biggest tribes in Ghana.
Right.
And also the kingdom behind it, the Ashanti kingdom. So Ghana is one of the countries, and the Asante Hene, which is basically Asante King. He's one of the most like revered or respected monarchies in the world, actually. Wow. Yeah, so he was even invited to the coronation for the king in England. Yeah, he was invited to it and stuff like that. So yeah, he's like, when you talk about kings or monarchy in Ghana, it's the Asante Hene. He's like the the big boss, the big man there. So it's like, because I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why Chi is just so widely spoken everywhere. And I think one of the things too is, so that Ashanti people we are seen as like hard workers, and they migrate a lot. They're always trying to go seek greener pastures. So because of that, they're traveling, they're going to other regions, traveling.
They're kind of spreading out.
So they spread
culture.
out. Yeah, they spread out. So I mean, and once you spreading out like that, once you go there, you're introducing your language, you're speaking your language. So then gradually people start picking up the language and stuff like that. So yeah, Chi is widely speaking everywhere in Ghana.
Do you guys get news in Twi?
No, so I mean the radio station. So in Ghana, most radio stations are like I guess TV station. I mean, it's in English, right?
Yeah, and you guess that's interesting.
But yeah, because I mean we're colonized by Britain, right? So I mean, the president addresses the nation in English and talks to everyone in English and everything like that. But like on radio stations, like if you are saying a language that is spoken apart from English, it's definitely Chi.
So what I'm asking is because like in Nigeria, we have a news in English at 8, and then at 9 we will have the local news.
Yeah, they do have that too.
So it's going to be in Twi?
It's going to be in Chi.
Oh, so that's the language then?
Yeah, it's going to be in Chi. Yeah. Wow. So they'll have like, the local news in Chi and in like, English too. Yep. So Chi is like the widely spoken. Like even if someone don't really speak it, they understand it. Because like on the radio station and most of our songs, most of the songs that you're listening to are in Chi. I mean, you hear some Ga in some of the songs and stuff like that. but most of the songs that you hear are speaking and listening to is in Chi. So due to that,
which one of the big ones is rapping in Twi? Is it Sarkodie?
I mean, Sarkodie raps
Black
in
Sherif
Chi,
too?
Black Sherif
For
raps
real?
in Chi. I mean, Can Promise sings in Chi, Kiddy sings in Chi, Kwame Eugene sings in Chi. So yeah, Stoneboy. I mean, Stoneboy and Shatawale.
Shatawale, I've heard. Is it
he
Ghanaian?
mostly Shatawale is Ghanaian.
Because it's Wale.
But with Shatawale, he mostly sings in Ghana.
Whoa.
Yeah, he mostly sings in Ghana and like the patois because he's like dancehall, right? So
wow.
Yeah, so
I remember listening to his song and I thought it was Nigerian because his name is Wale. And that's also wild too that some people, like you said, are Nigerian that grew up in Ghana as well.
Right.
So what other music or genre of music? Because I mean, I think I don't even know what I don't know if will you say Black Sherif and Sarkodie are the Afrobeats?
I mean, I feel like their genre of music is a little bit. I mean, I guess you could call it Afrobeats, right? But at the end of the day, it feels like they are more of like rappers. Like Sarkodie, for instance, I would really used to consider Sarkodie more of like a rapper, right? Mm-hmm. But like, he will collab with like, Afrobeat artists and stuff like that. So, like they'll like kill that part. They'll, sing the hook or whatever. And I guess he'll come in and do his thing and rap and stuff like that. Mm. But, Black Sherif thing, I'm just really trying to figure out what genre of music. He just kind of like, do
his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. And, he kind of like is enjoying it. And with his genre of music, you don't really know, is it Afrobeats? Is it hip life? Is it hip hop?
Yeah.
It feels like it's like hip hop, really.
Kind of, yeah.
Right,
it's kind of like its own different kind of.
Yeah, so.
So what other, I guess, I'm just saying, like, because like in Nigeria, we have Fuji music, right?
So with us, one popular one that a lot of folks really enjoy is called high life music.
Yo, yeah, you guys have high life?
Yeah, we
very
have
slow.
Life. Yeah, very slow melody. Usually talking about love and life.
But it's very we have high life too.
It's called high life.
Do you know high life is part of the where I believe Fela takes some of his influence from because high life has been around for a while.
Yeah. So high life is one of the most OG music scenes, and I feel like most of the Ghanaian artists, that's where they even draw their inspiration from too. The high life music genre. So it's like the most popular one.
So who is the most biggest high life artist that people need to know about that's from Ghana?
Oh man, you definitely gotta look at Daddy Lumba. Yeah, he's probably like the biggest high life musician I can think of. You can think of Daddy Lumba and Kodjo Enchi. Those are the two. How do you
spell that second one?
Kodjo Enchi, so Kojo. Okay, so Kodjo is like a name that people spell it differently. Wow. So you can have someone that will spell their Kodjo Kwado, or they can spell it Kojo.
Is Kodjo it's probably one of the most popular Ghanaian names.
Kodjo probably it. Yeah, with those names, it's given on the day that you were born. So with Ghana, as soon as you are born, even if your parent don't have a name for you, you already have a name.
Really?
Yeah. So if you are born on Monday, which is in Chi, it's called Adroada. So you'll be Adroa, and I think Kodjo. I'll double check on that. Yeah, because Adroada, which is Monday, and Tuesday, which is Abanada, right?
Right.
A lady will be called Abena, and the guy will be called Kwabena.
Wow. So you get a different name for different. That's crazy.
That's nuts. And I think Wednesday, which is Bukwada, the girl is called Equia, and the guy is called Kweku, I think. And Thursday, which is, I was born on Thursday.
Okay.
So it's Yawada. So the guy is called Yao, and the girl is called Ya.
What?
Yeah, so my sister is actually a Ya too.
That is crazy. So you can have people have the same name in the same family.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I mean, my local name that my mom usually calls me Papaya.
So it's Adwa. It's like Adwa. Is that where that's from?
Adwa. Yeah. So what? Monday. Yeah. So hers will be a Monday. So
that
Adwa.
Is crazy.
Yeah, and Abna will be a Tuesday.
That was interesting.
Friday, which is a Fiada, will be Kofi.
I know about Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi will be Friday born, and the girl will be Afia. And Saturday, Memnanda, I think is what is Memnanda again? I'm kind of blanking on it, but yeah. And Sunday, which is Kwesiada, you'll be called Kwesi and Akosia.
Kwesi is also like a popular. Yeah. Kwesi, Kwesi, right?
Yeah, KW. So people spell it KWASI or KWESI. However you want to spell it. And
I guess that make it easy, but also too like the Igbo tribe too, man. My country also have like people they have people that name on Friday. If they're born on Friday, they name on Friday. They have I think they have what do they have again? Is it Friday? I don't know. I think they have Friday, they have Monday. I think that's about it.
Yeah, so we have it for the whole week. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone.
So then you have your additional names, right?
Right. Yeah, and you have your additional names. So usually that name, some people have it as their middle name or something like that.
Yeah.
Or some of them will have it as their first name, and then they'll pick up a last name. So
a lot of people must be born on Friday because Kofi is a very popular name.
Yeah, Kofi. My dad is actually a Kofi too.
Oh really? Yeah, Kofi is like really popular. And Kofi and Kojo is like
So popular, bro. And it's like So it's crazy. So yeah, as soon as you are born, you have that name.
Right.
Just based on the day that you were born. So, yeah, it's a lot of names. So, and that also comes back to how I'm talking about the influence of the Chi. Because all these are Chi names.
Oh.
Yeah, so that the Chi influence and the culture just spreads through the whole country. You know, it just spreads through everywhere. And, you know, it's just how it is. So everyone has that name. Even if they are born in another tribe or whatever. They kind of like picked it up. Same formula of like, you know, born on this day and stuff like that.
So you've described, you know, your people and the ethnic group that you're from, Twi, as, you know, people that, you know, travel around. They're explorers.
Yeah.
They are confident people, hard worker. What else are you missing? What else do you think is needed to what else are you missing? Anything else about
I think one thing we are really fearless in the sense that we are adventurous, right? That's why we like to travel or just kind of like spread the wings, because we are adventurous. We kind of like want to conquer the world or conquer Ghana or whatever. Right?
You just the
mindset of wanting to take over. And they can set up home anywhere and be comfortable, right? Because, you know, comfortability is the reason why a lot of people just don't evolve or move or things like that.
That's a good point.
Because a lot of people are just comfortable. Like, I grew up here. That's where my mom, my dad is. That's all I know.
Why should I leave?
But like a Kumasi guy or an Ashanti guy, I'm like, nah, Charlie. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I say is from Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Charlie is like a huge term in Ghana. Like, yeah, what? Charlie, you know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I got to dip and go I gotta go to Accra. Accra is like the capital, right? I gotta go to Accra to go find better life. I gotta go to Cape Coast to go find a better life. Wherever it is, I gotta go to Takrady to go find a better life. So because of that, they just like spread their wings. Because they are not really, comfortability is something that I guess they don't believe in, or they feel like they can make any place their comfort or comfortable anyway.
So to end about on Ghana, what do you think is the biggest misconception about Ghanaians or as Ghana as a country?
Oh, one funny thing, they a lot of people feel like Ghanaian men are really short.
Are really short?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't think. What? I think it's like a West African thing. I mean, I'm one of the recipe. You know, I'm one of the recipes right here.
Man, we got some giants over there. I mean, I guess because our president is really short, man.
Oh,
yeah, our president is really short. Man.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know why people assume that.
Yeah,
that's such a stupid assumption, bro.
Yeah. And yeah, but Ghana is...
That's crazy, bro.
It's really getting there. It's like, it's crazy, kind of like growing up. I came to America here now, and like when a lot of people talk about Africa, you hear a lot of Ghana. And I just don't know how we got there. We really... Because me growing up, right, when I even came out here at first, when you hear people talking about Africa, it's mostly South Africa. They'll be like, South Africa, you know, it was like... South Africa was seen as like the thing now.
I see what you're saying.
Right? And now it's like Ghana. Everyone is wanting to go to Ghana. To go check it out because they've seen a celebrity that has gone down there.
Yeah, I think that helped a lot. Man. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to like all these artists that have been going to Ghana. Vic Mensa been there. I forgot this comedian. The famous one.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle was just there. I think that really helped it out. And I also think,
and I heard Jay-Z even went over there too.
Yeah, well, because I'm trying not to blackball my country. Nigeria is definitely probably one of the most best fun city to visit in Africa. Right. But I think Ghana have shown that it's a safe place.
Yep.
And I think that's the safety thing that makes people more comfortable.
It's the safety thing and the hospitality, right? It's just you feel safe. I mean, they'll try to rip you off, like, trying to just someone trying to hustle. Right. Like if it's like $1, he'll probably tell you $5. I mean, that is everywhere.
No, but like Nigeria, like
in terms of safety, in terms of safety, we don't really have the whole someone got kidnapped and ransom money type thing. So like in Ghana, you come there, you have like peace of mind and you have that safety. Just like I'm going there just to have fun, have a good time, and I'm coming back home.
See what you're saying.
So it provides that safety net for people. Just come turn up, come have fun, and you just kind of like move on like that.
So except for like the short thing, you think people just kind of get you guys wrong on that one.
Yeah. They really got us.
I'm almost every guy I've met in Spokane. You guys are all tall.
Tall, right? Yeah. Like both knees.
You guys are tall, man. That's interesting.
So, but they really think we're short. But Ghana. We are really getting up there, So I feel like that's really helped us. Just the whole celebrity, especially the American celebrities, just visiting has really improved our stock and improved like just the image around the world. So it's definitely getting better there. It's definitely getting better. I didn't even know. I looked up a stat. My dad was even telling me.
Right.
So Nigerians are number one in terms of Africans abroad.
Yeah.
And Ghana is number 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Ghana is number 2.
I would think it's South Africa.
Yeah, you would think so. But it's Ghana is number 2. So Nigeria.
South Africa don't really travel too that much.
Yeah, because they're probably like.
I've really met some South African Americans.
Yeah, right. Nigeria is number 1, Ghana is number 2. So I guess it makes sense. Like I said, those two countries, the one thing I like about Nigeria, you guys are hustlers, man.
100, bro. It's in the blood, bro.
That business mentality,
yes,
I'm really trying to make it.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you guys are everywhere. And yes, Nigerian will travel to freaking
anywhere, bro.
Ukraine or freaking
Nigerians
India.
in Russia, bro.
Yeah,
Nigerians in India
and everywhere.
I know homeboys that went to India, bro.
And they're just trying to, get a better life for themselves, their family and everything. So they'll do anything to make it out of struggle, That's why you see them everywhere. And Ghanaians are picking that up too.
I think it's the competition, bro. I think for Nigeria, I think when you have 100+ ethnic group fighting for resources, in one country.
Right.
I didn't really think about it until when I went back home. And I just kind of got reminded of that. Like, when in Nigeria, man, people just don't care. They don't care about your story.
Right.
Everybody's really trying to take you down. So
I
think
that's the thing.
When you come out of that, you come to America and people are actually nice. You're like,
kill or be killed.
You're like,
kill or be killed back home. Yeah.
It is. People don't care, man.
And it's just the opportunities down there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about, there's a lot of like nepotism back home in Africa. Like someone will get in power and it's whatever employment, be it employment, whatever it is, he's getting his people in.
It's only people he doesn't.
Yeah, he's getting his family, his friends, kid, blah,
it's
blah, blah.
Playing favor.
So it's like, if you're outside of that kind of like bubble, you're always just the one looking out and it's just like life is tough.
And even if you have all the qualification, they wouldn't give that project to you.
No, they wouldn't give it to you. They'll give it to the family member or like that. It's the one that he knows and she knows, whatever.
Right.
So it's a lot of like, who do you know in Ghana? It's a lot of who do you know in Ghana. And
right.
It has its benefits and all that. I mean, especially if you are close to that, people know you and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. But, for someone on the outside looking in, it's kind of tough, man.
What do you think being in America, what do you think you've gained from being here? And what do you think you've lost from being here?
I feel like the gain is definitely, it's a lot. The advantages or what I've gained coming in to America has been great. I mean, like I said, I'm not really from like, and I don't really have like a sad story or a mopey story.
Right.
You know, I know people that really like, they were really struggling. Like they
Right.
really grinded to get to where they're at. I didn't really have that type of story or anything. My mom, my dad always took care of us. I never went to sleep hungry. I never worried about where my next meal was going to come from or anything like that. So it was great for me in that sense. But what I learned or what I think I've gained here is just the opportunity that America has allowed me to be who I am. And just, because I honestly feel like if I was in Ghana right now, if I'd grown up in Ghana, probably still would be living with my mom or dad or something like that. You know, like I'm 27 right now, and I feel like if I was in Ghana, I probably would still have my thing, but I feel like I would still depend on my mom and dad still at this age in my life or whatever it is. But, you know, coming here, I have the opportunity, I live by myself and all that kind of stuff, you know. I work, I send money to my mom and all that kind of fun stuff.
You're able to become a man.
Yeah, I feel like, be my own thing. And, you know, that comes from the beginning when I got here and I seen it was like each man for himself, that mentality, that independence thing. So it's like, you got to go get it. It's just you and yourself, and you got to make something shake, man. You got to make it work out, however it is that you see fit. You just got to make something shake. So, yeah, it's just the opportunities that are here in America. I don't think I'll have that opportunity in Ghana. Just the plenty of opportunities, be it employment, be it whatever it is, you know? Like even being even going to the gym and stuff like that. There are so many things that I really take for granted, you know? Because, like I went to Ghana. Yeah, I mean, there are gyms there, but it's like, you don't really, like, man. You don't even think of going because it's probably like some junky type setup.
Like,
and
I saw a gym and they were like, man, they're not open yet.
Yeah, and it's like just...
Someone else have to bring the key, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like, how do you...
What?
Yeah,
I got my pre-workout. I just took my caffeine out the way for this person to get here.
Yeah, so like, you know, every corner you can go to the gym and stuff like that. But yeah, just little things like that. You tend to appreciate America.
So what do you think you lost though by being here?
I mean, I feel like for me personally, I think what I lost was I would have liked to stay in Ghana for a little bit.
So like how old?
Because I came here when I was 16, right? Like I probably like in my early 20s. If I came here like probably when I was like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, I was 20 when I get here.
Yeah, I feel like I probably would have liked that better.
Why?
Because I just like I'm a mama's boy, man.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a mama's boy. And you know, parents try not to play favorite, but I know I'm a mom's favorite. Right. I'm the firstborn.
Right.
I know I'm my dad's favorite too, but he doesn't like to admit it, you know. But I'm a mama's boy, so leaving my mom at that age was tough for me.
Right.
Because I depended on my mom for a lot of things.
Right.
Even though I'd gone to boarding school, but the way my mom raised me, my mom is a really nurturing woman and stuff like that. So I was raised like a king.
Right, just do your own thing.
Yeah, my mom provided everything, you know.
Right.
Like we were going to school, my mom would go fetch the water and put it in the bathroom for me and my sister. we would just go shower. As soon as we got out of the shower, breakfast is ready. Me and my sister eat.
Right.
And we had like a taxi driver that we would pay monthly. So the taxi driver will come get me and my sister, take us to school. When school is over, the taxi driver will pick us and bring us home. Dinner is ready. We eat, we shower, we go to bed. So
you were a king, bro.
I'm telling you. So I definitely missed that. Right. And when I came here, like, my mama came, I'm leaving on my dad. Like, you know, my dad goes to work. Man, my dad was working overnight.
Right.
Yeah, my dad starts work at like 6 p.m. and gets off work.
So do you even know how to cook when you get here?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't.
Just like me.
So my dad is the one that taught us how to cook, me and my sister.
Man, that's dope, bro.
So to this day, I tell my mom, like, Mom, you didn't teach me nothing. Anything I know how to do is my dad, man. My dad taught me how to make soup, cook rice, whatever it is. So yeah. And that's when I, like I said, I really was treated like a king. So when I came here and I found out it's you and you and you only, I was like, I gotta change that mindset.
So do you think you miss the comfort of mom, or do you just miss time with her?
I think both. Definitely both. I miss time with her. Like I said, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. My mom is everything to me, man. She really motivates me. So I miss that time with her and just the comfort too.
Right.
Just knowing I always had someone who had my back and someone always there to, like I came here, I mean, even though I was 16, days I'll miss her and I'll just be crying.
It was hard, man.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah,
no shame in
and
that.
not because I was struggling or anything per se. It's just because I really missed her.
Moving away from your mom is hard. I went to leave my grandparents for like 2 years when I'm from like 13 to like 15, man. I used to cry myself to bed. Right, but I think it prepared me for America because I kind of know what to expect at that point. But I mean, I probably say this answer too on this podcast so many times, but that's the only thing I believe I lost is the time with my mom and my younger brother. Because my younger brother, I didn't see him for 10 years, over 10 years. Man, that's just rough. Because then when you see them, it's like you miss.
Right, you miss
so much, and then they look older to you because you haven't seen them.
Right? You missed a lot of memories.
Yeah, too many, and you can never get it back.
Yeah, you can never get it back.
And that was hard.
Yeah, that's the thing about time, right? You can never really rewind it. It's always moving forward. It's always going forward. It never stops, man. So, yeah, just the time and just feel like creating more memories for my mom. That's what I really feel like I lost and missed, and my grandparents too. I guess, My grandparents passed away on my dad's side. Yeah, my grandpa and my grandma, they both passed.
Same here too. Yeah. And you couldn't even get to say goodbye. You couldn't go home. You couldn't even grieve.
With me, I was lucky with both grandparents. I was able to go down there for the funeral. So those are the only 2 times I've been to Ghana. And I've always said that I'm kind of like due for like a trip to Ghana where I'm just going there to kind of like enjoy. Because I've been there twice and both of them were for funerals.
So funerals are just rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, even though you feel like, my grandparents were old and they lived a good life, so it wasn't. But still, at the end of the day, that's your grandparents.
It's not one of the things you thought about when you're coming here.
And it's so funny. I was with my sister the other day, and there was this memory card thing that was on our thing, and I was looking through, and I seen a picture with my grandma. It was the day that we were actually leaving America. We're leaving Ghana.
For America.
Yeah, we went there to take a picture. I'm trying to find it and I'll show it to you.
Oh, that's
We went there to go.
That is sick, man.
This is sick, man.
My boy looks, it's the most you know what's funny? This is why, African.
And that's my clothes that my dad got for me. I'm wearing
these are the best.
American boy, man.
These are the best of the best. This is such an African picture because your grandma is holding your hands. There's no hug. Your sisters have a hand behind her back. Nobody's smiling. I mean, you were trying to smile, but nobody's smiling.
Nobody's smiling.
This is just crazy, man. This is amazing, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Amen. R.I.P. to grandma, man.
I love.
My grandma.
My sister was actually named after her, so they got the same name. Awoya.
You look hella skinny there. You look so different, but you look African, man.
And there's this one too. This one's back home. This one's me, man.
My boy.
My dad brought me all that fit. My dad brought me all that fit.
Are you wearing Supras? I think these shoes are Supras. So it looks like the Supra.
I don't know. I think it's Fila.
My boy.
I think it was Fila. My dad brought it to me.
My boy is watching. You been representing Washington State. You're wearing the Huskies jersey.
Yeah, it was a Husky. I mean, I didn't go to Husky. I'm a cook.
Yeah.
But at that time, my dad really wanted me to come here.
Really? That's
wanted
dope,
me to go be a Husky and stuff like that.
That's dope. Bro.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. Bro.
Yeah, it's so crazy how I seen those pictures. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
I used to just wear random T-shirt from London that I don't even know what they meant.
Yeah.
That was a wild thing, man. That's crazy. That's a beautiful picture, man. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. Like losing people while you are away is hard because when you last saw them, you didn't tell yourself like, hey, this is the last time you will see them, because that's not what you're thinking at the time.
Yep.
And then when that
was
happens,
the last time I saw my grandma.
Yeah,
that was the last time
crazy?
I saw my grandma, bro.
Man, it's just crazy. So it's like
at least I'm lucky for my sister. My sister was able to go see her when she was like, at the latter part of her age, when she was laying down. And I think my grandma that one really hurt me. When my sister went there, she would always be asking about me.
Oh, she want to see
that.
you.
Yeah.
I can see you the favorite.
Yeah.
She's holding your hand, bro, in that picture.
She would always ask about me. When is Jurgen? When is Jurgen going to come see me?
Why?
When is Jurgen going to come see me? I'm like, Grandma, I'm going to come and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just, that one really crushed me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I really wanted to go see her before she had passed, and I just couldn't. And it was like, yeah, she would always ask about me. You know, this tree, like, Jurgen, Dabeno Baba Swami, which is like, when is Jurgen going to come visit me and stuff like that. So
I'm sorry,
when I didn't really get to see her, that one really crushed me. But
man, it's my grandpa lost my grandpa, my grandma when I'm here. My grandpa, my grandma on my mom's side, my grandpa, my grandpa on my mom's side, my grandma on my dad's side, my aunt died of cancer. Yeah, it's just weird, man. Like you remember, and then the worst part is like you actually started forgetting people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You started forgetting people's faces and stuff, and it's a big sacrifice, man. And I think like we all want a better life and we want better things, but people better hope they listen to this kind of podcast and listen to what's important to you before you leave home, because you might not be able to come back for a while.
Definitely.
I know you want to leave, and I know you want to.
That's the thing about us immigrants, man. It's like, you are coming here for greener pastures, but you are losing a lot too, man.
A lot too. Better be aware of it. All right. On that, I'm gonna ask you a tougher one. If you have everything you have right now in Ghana, and you look back to when you're 16 years old, you're about to get on that plane, will you still get on that plane, or will you stay in Ghana?
Rewrite that question again for me.
If you have everything you have right now.
Yep, everything that I have right now. Mm-hmm.
Back in Ghana.
The same life I have right now back in Ghana.
And you're about to get on that plane. Will you get on that plane still to come to America, or will you stay in Ghana?
I think I'll still do it. Just because that experience is one of the greatest things that you can, and traveling is something that helps you gain certain experience. No, because I could have stayed in Ghana, like I said, just stay there. But my view and my perspective on the world would have been narrow-minded. It was just been like this is all I know, right? But traveling here gave me the different perspectives, Like it gave me that, like I whoever I talk to, I can kind of like, okay, I see where you're coming from. I talk to that, I see where you're coming from. But I feel like if I'd stayed in Ghana, my view of the world would have just been like a straight line. That's all I know. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm sticking to. But traveling gave me that ability to be able to think for myself, to be able to understand people, and just people from different backgrounds and stuff like that. Just being able to understand them and see their struggle and whatever every person has been through, and where they're trying to get to. So I think, I'll definitely pull that trigger and do it again. I'll hop on that plane. Me too,
bro. Especially like what you're saying, as someone that was just like you said, you were like depending on your mom and all that, and then now you become your own man. Like all that experience, you probably even because we don't try as hard at home. It doesn't matter when you get to adversity hit. When you get here, you have no like safety nets. You have to kind of be your own person.
Yeah. There's no that safety net thing, huh? And that's one thing that me and my dad will be talking about and stuff like that, Because me and my dad, we have a really great relationship.
Right.
My dad really, we talk like a brother and brothers now. At first, growing up there, it was like a strict African parents, But now that I grew up and, became my own man, it's more like a brother relationship. So,
and that's dope, man.
Yeah, I'm glad for my dad, man. I love my dad to death, man.
Man, that's amazing, bro.
He sees everything, man. He provided when he couldn't, man. He took that first step of coming here. I was 8 years old when my dad left. Wow. So with me, I had like...
do you remember when he left?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I was crying. I remember... So my life is crazy, right? So my first 8 years of my life, mom and dad around, raised by mom and dad. In the next 8 years of my life, between age 8 and 16, my dad is in America. So my mom is just me, my mom and my sister. So I was raised by my both parents, age 0 to 8. And from age 8 to 16, I'm raised by only my mom.
And then
from 16 upwards
just
to whenever, just my dad.
So you haven't have that mom and dad that you have for your first 8 years. You still haven't have it still.
Nope. I haven't experienced that.
That's a bigger loss.
Yeah. So
and it's all for the opportunity of coming to America,
right? Because my dad had to make that first step, make that first move in search of greener pastures. And then once he was settled out, he brought down me and my sister out here. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
That's crazy, bro.
There's nothing that I'll change about it, though. I think it's what really made me who I am.
Right.
Just the soft spot in my heart, or even the hot spot in my heart, is just from those two kind of like experiences, being raised by both parents, being raised by a single parent, which is my mom, and then being raised at that age. And I feel like it all worked out perfectly too, because I feel like at each stage I got the right person that I needed in order to take me to that next level.
Because your dad probably won't be as patient when you were
age 8 to 16. Yeah, my dad, he's a guy, right? He got to go fend for himself, right? Whatever it is. So he wouldn't have that nurture in him to really be there for me from the age 8 to 16. And that was my mom. And it was great years. And then I came here, I'm like, I'm becoming a man now, right? Because, I'm about to be 18 going to college. That father figure in my life was so huge and was so massive in just preparing me for college, going to college, and knowing that I had to be strong, to be who I am, So it just worked out perfectly.
Wow.
Really just how it all worked out.
The universe don't make mistakes, man.
I know, right?
God don't make mistakes, man. But at the same time, like you said, I know you were sharing all the positive part of it. It doesn't mean each stage didn't come with its own challenges.
Challenges, yeah, definitely. Like I said, when my dad left, it was a rough couple of years. The beginning was tough, man.
Were you being a bad kid too?
No, I wasn't really a bad kid. The only bad kid I was, and like I said, my mom was really protective of me. And stuff like that. So with me, I didn't really get to be a bad kid, and the little things that I'll do will just be blown so much out of proportion. Because I would just do things that my kids my age were doing, and it was just seen as a taboo with my mom. Like so in Ghana, you go to school Saturday. There's this thing called Saturday classes. Okay. You go to school on a Saturday for a short period of time. So usually after that, most of my friends we go play soccer.
Yeah.
Or we go to a video game center.
Yeah.
I did that one day, and man, it felt like I was missing. My mom called the school, was mad. Where's my son? Where is he? He hasn't been home, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'm just like, Mom, I'm just playing video games. I'm not just at a game center.
African parents, man.
And that's what
but you don't blame them, man. Like my mom
my mom was really protective of us.
She told me too, there's so many kidnapping going on that you don't know about. There's no infrastructure. If something happened to you, you know how much your dad would be mad at her.
Right.
She probably just feel like she has to do all she can to get you guys safe. Because now she's the only one having to protect two kids. So
So looking back at it, I understand why she did what she had to do, man.
But at the same time, you're like, man, come on, man.
Like Jesus Christ, even because I was on the kid on the block that my dad was here. So I had the PlayStation. I had the soccer. Anytime my dad was saying he would have soccer ball, so I'm the kid that would bring the soccer ball for us to play. And when my mom gets mine, he doesn't want me to go out because I'm going to go hit myself, break something. He will seize the ball.
They always seize the ball.
And it's like my friends are waiting to go play outside, and my mom is just
whenever I'm in trouble, man, my mom would she would tear off my ball
to
punish me. I would cry man. Just do that for me. I would take a beating, but do not destroy the ball because most of the time we have to all contribute. That's the community ball, man.
Yeah, the community ball. Yeah, and when that happens, man, it hurts.
If I've been a bad kid, my mom would do that, man. Oh man, I would cry. No, what you're saying is crazy because man, I was really good at soccer when I was a kid, and I actually got offered to go play in our academy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this one was heartbreaking days of my life. At the time I was living with my grandma. Well, my dad always beat me whenever I go play soccer. Same thing. Maybe I'm on my way home because I was really good. People were like, hey, Zay, come play with us, and I'll play maybe for half an hour. If I was late more than half an hour, man, I'll get beat. But after a while, I started thinking, you know what? I'll play soccer. I just know I'm gonna get beat. So I just started doing that.
Yeah.
So when I got sent to my grandma, I had more chance to play soccer a little bit, because I was working. I think an hour and a half one way each way, an hour 40 each way, to back and forth from school. So sometimes I would play soccer for like 20 more minutes, and then I'll be like, oh, I was just walking slow, right?
Right.
But anyway, so this guy scouted me. Actually, I went to like a tryout.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went to a tryout, and this coach really believed in me. I was like maybe 13 at the time. I mean, it was also weird because I was like, the guy his name was Bish. He was really good. I used to go watch him play. He was he did a trial for Nigerian national team.
Oh, wow.
But he was that good, but he didn't make it.
Right.
But he was really strict with us. It was our high school coach at the time. I was in junior secondary school too.
Yeah.
You were in three when you left.
Yeah.
And I made it to the team of the high school team, which is like, you know what I'm saying? That was a big deal. I was really good. But even I wasn't big, but I was just really fast. I was really lightning fast, and I have good controls. I was a striker. He would play me on left field forward and all that, and I can just go through anybody. So this guy, I went to the tryout. They picked me. The coach came to my grandma to ask her, like, hey, you know, I see potential in Zeke. It was Pepsi Academy, which was one of the big ones in Nigeria that actually people make it through. And man, my grandma just vetoed it. Man, bro, it was so crushing, man. I think about that a lot because, I mean, again, I don't regret it because I would have been a different person, different route. But also to like Nigerian have really less opportunity for people. If you don't make it, I get why she said no, because if what she was worried about was going to affect my academics. I was like, no, man, like we only train in the afternoon, but she's like, no. Man, that, as a kid, man, that breaks your heart.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Especially when I go to America and I see that people are getting scholarship for playing soccer. I was like,
that could have been you.
Right? That could have been me, bro.
Right, yeah.
Oh, man.
But I feel like the new group of African parents coming up, and they really understand that.
They do, but like, bro, there's something about us, man. Because I was self-taught. I literally taught myself how to play soccer. I remember I watched Nola Messi like 2005, and I was like, I was in love. And then our house have a brick. The compound has a brick wall. I'll pass the ball to myself because I didn't have nobody to play with at the time. Because I would come home from school. I can go play outside for like an hour, but I have to be indoor. From like 3 to 4, I would just be working on my. I didn't know at the time. I was just working on my. How can I say, like my my basic. I'm passing the ball to the wall. I'm stopping the ball. My control is basic. My handles, my techniques. So I would like dribble by myself and all that. But when I go to the field, bro, I'm just the wild man. And dude, I used to I was so good at the time. So, but now it's weird because now parents are now literally hoping all their kids become Cristiano Ronaldo, you know? And they're like.
They call this thing Project Mbappe. Project Mbappe, man.
But us, man, we're grassroots, man. There's something about like you have to find people that play soccer. You have to, we have to like, hide this soccer ball somewhere. Yeah, bro. Like we go hard, man. Anytime we're going somewhere, there's no car on the road. We're using our shoes to make goalposts. We're playing. We have passion for it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That was a passion for it.
Yeah, without brakes, you just put the brakes there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a passion, bro.
And you just kick it, man.
Yeah.
Let's ball, man.
So like, to end up, I don't want to start telling too much of my story. To end up, bro, if there's someone in America or any developed country that have some ties to Ghana, what advice do you have for them to visit the home country? Do you think they should go to Ghana?
Oh yeah, man. If anyone out there is listening and you have any sort of connection, like I know now the whole ancestry thing is like a huge thing for a lot of people. They do their whole ancestry test and everything. If you have any connection, I would advise you, I would encourage you to take a trip down there to Ghana. I think you will enjoy it. It will be life-changing for you. Be it if it's just for fun or if it's like on a deeper connection that you're really trying to like connect, and just educate yourself and just knowing more about other people. I think you'll love it in Ghana. If anyone that is out there listening,
so you can just get a ticket and go.
Yeah, especially if you live in America and you have like an American passport or whatever. Yeah, you need to get a visa
to go to visit to get a.
You need to get a visa.
Oh really?
Yeah. You need to get a visa, but Yeah, it's a easy.
You guys
process.
don't have ECOWAS passport?
So Ghanaians do.
So Nigerians don't need. I don't need.
Yeah, if you have an ECOWAS passport, you don't need a visa.
Okay.
But if you have an American passport, you need a visa.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's not. They never decline any American.
Oh, I see. That's what it's
like that. Yeah, you just need a visa, and it's like online. You just apply, they'll just give it to you, and you take a trip down there, and yeah, you try out your best to take it all in, enjoy it. Ghana is a beautiful place, great hospitality. People out there are really nice. They are really sweet. Apart from just the fact that everyone will try to hustle you.
Yeah, I mean that's normal, man.
It's normal anyway.
All right, well let's end with one last question.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to your 16-year-old self that just got to America?
Oh man, Jurgen, you can do it, man. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I guess my advice that I would give to myself at that age is that don't be shy to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared to step out of that comfort zone. Because that comfort zone, it's really comfortable, man. It's really comfortable. That comfort zone, like I'm talking about, it's a hot sunny day, the AC is on, it's a cold day, the heater is blowing, you are really on your peak. Like, you're just like coasting in that world. You are just chilling and you are so comfortable, but there is no progress that's going to come out of that. So with me, looking back, I think that's the advice that I give to myself. Step out of your comfort zone. Just do things that you're not comfortable with. Do things that you're not used to. Try new things, experience new things. And I think that would be my advice to my 16-year-old self. Just step out of your comfort zone and the world is yours.
You're the man, brother.
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much for coming through, man. I know you don't like to talk, man, but
yeah,
this
I'm
been
a really
dope,
shy
bro.
person.